Okay guys, so grocery shopping day. I am behind on my video schedule because of being vending a festival over the weekend. But here we are, a day late. So we're gonna go through the refrigerator, and then I have actually not looked at the grocery ads yet, so we will do that and then, do all the stuff we normally do. So here we are, pretty empty. It's also pretty dirty. Since I had still all the extra produce last week, this did not get wiped out. But anyway, these peaches are not yet ripe, so we're gonna put those out on the counter to ripen there for a day or two. Anyway, so aside from that, we have a little bit of baby carrots. I still have some peppers here that did not get fully eaten while I was gone. So I might just eat these as a snack, part of my lunch today. If I don't, I'll just chop them up. I don't know. I'll think about it. Otherwise, I'll chop them up for chili. We have a little bit of leftover spaghetti. And in here, you can see some lentils. So we do use some lentils in our ground beef for spaghetti. All right. I still have some Parmesan cheese right here. They ate up all the cheddar because I made and froze some chili for them before I left. I've got half and half, plenty of that. They have one cream cheese. Yeah, there's enough in there for that. And they still have enough of that too. While I was gone, my husband did go get some cheese. I guess they wanted some grilled cheese. Well, it doesn't look like they really ate very many of them. Okay, still got these maraschino cherries hanging out there. Little guy has some tubes. I'll probably have to get him some more. The eggs, I mean, it's not even out of the plastic. So I'm assuming they only ate through, yeah, that's pretty full. Okay, we got like 2 Greek yogurt. I have no key lime yogurt, but husband has 2, so he'll have to get some more yogurt. The girls have quite a bit of yogurt still here. What do they have? Strawberry. It looks like we are totally into the peach right now. So they don't like Greek yogurt. Anyway, so I'll pick them up. Like, I'm not going to get the full 12 pack this time. So I'll probably pick them up like 1 or 2 of the little 4 packs of peach. I'm rubbing all over there. Husband needs some cottage cheese. So some of you last time were talking about the ingredients down here. I don't know where the ingredient list is. I'll have to look at Aldi and see. Why do they do this? Like, we have like little bitty butter things all over the place. Like, they make some eggs or whatever and they just do that. Like, here's another one. Why? Somebody explain to me, why do they do this? Okay, let's see. I think the first grocery video I did with you guys, I had this in here. It is still there. Like, when is this going to be? The girls usually burn through stuff like that. They are not. I don't know. That's questionable, but I don't know. We'll go with it for now. Okay, so I've got my sale ads up. I actually already went through Gerb's, which is our Kroger store. There was nothing there. Like, nothing. The cheese was like, okay, but it's not worth driving across town to go get. Some of you were saying in my comments on the last video that you were getting like $2.99 ground beef at your Kroger store. No, we're not. Do not get that. So, lucky you. I hope you grabbed a bunch of it. I thought I would go ahead and show you kind of, this does not take too long to go through the grocery ads because for the most part, like, it is the front page, like $3.99 True Fresh. I mean, that might be a good deal for that, but I don't buy that. Like 59 cents on Yoplait yogurt, that's not a deal because I can get like the great value for 55. I don't know. I don't remember. That might be a good deal on Cosmic Crisp apples. That 128. Pretty much anything below $1.50 is a really good deal at this point. That might be. I'll write that down. Check that out at Walmart. What was it? Tyson chicken strips and some other stuff. What are the ounces? 16 to 26.5. Okay, well, we'll look at that. The rest of that's a no. That's a no for me. That pork shoulder, you can get it for less. No. No. Don't need any of that. No. Okay, we're not doing that. Okay, Aldi. Okay, we got grapes up here. Let's see. No. Already have peaches. Is that Cara oranges? That's not that bad. I like Cara oranges. I mean, that's a maybe. I'll write that down. Cara oranges. I don't care for oranges very much, but I do like those. Write that down. $3.99, 3-pound bag. Let me just compare that around. Okay, down here. So anything in black is regular price. So we got those mushrooms on sale. Maybe, I don't know. And nope. Okay, so I have my list now. It's not very much since I normally grocery shop on Monday, but since it's actually Wednesday right now, I don't have quite as much to get. So I can take the opportunity to maybe stock up on some things. But right now I have Walmart up, so I'm just gonna plug in what I've got here and so I have the price. Okay, so I have my list. It's pretty long, but most of the stuff I have on here are inexpensive items, so I do have some stock up items on the list. Sorry, you guys know it always looks like a disaster, but yeah, let's get going. As usual, starting at Aldi. Look at that, grapes are less. Should I get some? Kids love grapes, so yeah, we'll get one back. Okay, it was getting crazy already. It's humid out there. We are leaving Aldi, spending 99 and some change, so we'll call it 100. Walking into Hy-Vee with 20 bucks. I went over budget. I did go over budget. My budget was 175, and I did 178 and some change, so let's just say 179. All right, so yes, I went over budget, but I did not have to dip into another budget category because I keep my rollover funds or whenever I go under budget, I keep that money. I don't move it into another budget category. I don't move it over to savings. I don't put it toward a debt. I keep it, and I keep it for instances like this one when there's a slight overage. I also keep it for instances where I find something I can stock up. Like, you guys know I'm needing to restock my freezer. So I keep it for those things, or the pantry, that type of thing, or something special where we may be having like guests over, something like that. And I'm going to make like a special dinner, who knows? So anyway, let me flip you around and show you what I got for $179. Here it is right here. It's quite a bit, I feel like, probably because I didn't need quite as much dairy. Okay, so let's go through it. Hang on a second. I think I might be missing something. Annoying. I'm missing my Gouda. I had it in my cart. So that means that's like let's add another $3 to that, because I'll have to go back and get that before we have our mushroom Florentine. So yeah, the stir-fry vegetables. I do buy frozen produce, and that's why, like, if we are running out of fresh, we move on to the frozen or the vegetables in our pantry. So what you see as far as vegetables is not all of the produce I have in the house. I just kind of slowly build it up. Anyway, so I got 2 heads of lettuce at Walmart. Again, it is a little bit more expensive there, but the iceberg never looks good at Aldi. I got a can of coffee, so that was, expensive. How much was that? It was like 19, I think. Crazy. And I cannot drink like the generic coffee or the Aldi brand. I have tried. Lord knows I have tried. And ugh. Okay, got some dill relish, a cucumber, my husband's cottage cheese, and then I was going to get ground turkey. Okay, we talked about this last week. I was going to get ground turkey to start adding to our ground beef to kind of reduce that cost, spreading it out more, and plus the lentils. But anyway, Ground turkey was $1.99. This was right next to it. Ground pork. Never had ground pork. For $1. So we're going to give that a shot tonight. We are going to have tacos tonight. So I will add that in with our ground beef. I got just 1 dozen eggs. We still have 18 eggs in there. So normally I have whatever. I just decided to get a dozen. Okay. At Hy-Vee, my sale store, I got the garlic bread there. It was only $2.50. I forgot it at Walmart. So I just got it there because it wasn't, you know, astronomical or anything. What you're looking at here is about 20 pounds of apples. 20 pounds of apples. I did not get the chicken tenders. I did not get the Tyson chicken tenders. Like once I got there and I was looking at the size of the bags, I was like, oh, I just can't bring myself to spend that much money on them. So I will just, you know, go through the hassle of breading and frying them myself. I don't fry things very often, so yeah, but we're going to do it. All right. So anyway, that's what we got. This seems like a ton of apples, right? But I broke this down into 6 apples per bag. So if every single person in my house had an apple every day, that's 5 days of apples. Anyway, that won't happen because we have some other stuff, but still, that was my logic. I got my 2 packages of chicken. You guys know I'm going to keep on getting that until my freezer is full. I got our Greek yogurt. I only got my husband 1. He does not go through the yogurt like I do. I got myself my 2 packages of key lime. Over here, I'm low on green chilies in my pantry. So I got those. And then I also got 1 can of cream of chicken. That's for a casserole I'm making this week. I got 2 bags of cheese, shredded cheddar, and then some Mexican style cheese. Spreadable butter was requested, so I got that. Sour cream, my son's moo tubes, 2 bags of baby carrots, a bag of the mini cucumbers, some grape tomatoes, and usually I get my yogurt at Walmart because it's cheaper to get like the 4-packs or the 12-pack. Fortunately, looking at Walmart like I do before I go grocery shopping to, you know, to get my price comparison and to kind of get my true estimate on what I'm going to spend, they did not have peach yogurt in stock. So I knew I had to get it at Aldi. So I got it at Aldi. Also, let's talk about yogurt for a second, because it is cheaper to get like the bigger tubs of yogurt. But if you notice, I don't really do that. I don't do that too often. And that is because when I do, it doesn't really get eaten. And so if you're buying something and it's cheaper, it doesn't end up being cheaper if people don't eat it. So anyway, that's why the individual yogurt. All right. Did I say grapes? I did get that 1 bag of grapes. Just the 1 bag. Kids love grapes. I do too. Okay, and I got some rolled oats. I only had 1. I pulled my last one out of the pantry. So I got 1 to put as back stock, and I'll, you know, probably grab 1 every now and then while I go shopping to get that back up to where it needs to be. Side note, what the heck? When I looked at Walmart, the price was $4.18 for generic, like for rolled oats. Like what on earth? Anyway, I got 2 bags of broccoli florets. So once again, some frozen vegetables to start restocking. Some celery, spinach. I got those Cara oranges. There were not very many in here, so it's kind of a splurge. Anyway, hummus, 1 loaf of bread. I was out of town last weekend. I don't know what these people ate, but they still had like 1.5 loaves of bread. So, okay, whatever. Mushrooms, taco shells, some nacho cheese tortilla chips, so generic Doritos, some generic Ritz. Is that right? Ritz? I don't know. The little round ones, I don't know. And then, of course, all of our peppers. We eat a lot of peppers in this house. We primarily eat them raw, but anyway, we do eat a lot of, like the carrots too, mostly raw. Anyway, so that is the grocery haul. I'm going to get them put away and we're going to go through the menu plan like we always do. Okay, so this is what we're looking like in the refrigerator. Things will get spread out a little bit more after I get that chicken broken down and then after I get this stuff cooked up. This is a 3-pound roll. I'll cook it all at the same time. I got that several weeks ago, marked down at Walmart. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna cook it all at one time, and we'll use like probably 1 pound of it with that pound of ground pork, and then the rest of it I will put in the freezer for something else later. So anyway, there's that. This produce drawer is about to explode. And I still have the peaches out on the counter. So anyway, that's where we are at. So for real this time, let's do the menu plan. We're actually doing September. So those funds were from our 4th paycheck in August. So that would be the first week of September's grocery shopping. Okay, so we've already done Monday, we've already done Tuesday. It is Wednesday right now. So tonight we are going to do tacos. So I will use that ground beef, that ground pork, taco shells, some of the lettuce, all those things. Okay, so I'm going to think about this for a second. All right, so, okay, this one, we are going to do a restaurant meal. And that is going to be the chicken. So I'll bread and fry some of the chicken we have. Mashed potatoes and gravy. And green beans. Right? That's like going to a small town cafe. Now I try to, because my husband works late, he works 4, 10-hour days. I try to think about things that will be decent reheats for him. So Friday, it's supposed to be like 64 degrees here, which is amazing. So we are going to do cheeseburger soup right there. So that will incorporate potatoes, carrots, some ground beef. So we'll use some of that ground beef for that. Cheese, it's a bunch of stuff. It's really good. Anyway, I think we will do the Florentine pasta right here. So we'll have the pasta with garlic bread and salad. That will just be the soup. Saturday, we're going to do the, I spelled Doritos. Is that right? I don't know. Dorito casserole. I think there are 2 R's. That doesn't look right. We're going to do Dorito casserole, and we will have probably salad. If there's not enough salad, then I will just probably do some of the broccoli with that. Okay, and then Sunday, I have everything on here I was planning. Sunday is pretty much always breakfast for dinner. Okay, so, and my husband takes care of that because I will be out doing grocery delivery late. I do like 12, yeah, anyway. He takes care of Sunday dinners. Anyway, the menu plan, it is kind of different since I was out of town and we kind of rolled over into this week already. So, short menu. Yeah, so we'll see you next week.